everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. This is Madden 18 on EA Sports. Anticipation is mounting for today's game, and we've got two quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's Jameis Winston's Buccaneers going up against Tannehill's Dolphins. For the call, let's send you out to the broadcast booth, where we'll join our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, it was a little late in getting here, but autumn has arrived on a beautiful November day in Miami, Florida. The excitement brewing here in South Florida. As a moment ago, the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hi again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And you know, Charles, as Larry pointed out in the open, got a couple of great quarterbacks set to square off here this afternoon. That ball's probably going to be flying all over the place, isn't it?
Oh, without a doubt. And the game has never been more quarterback-centric than it is now. And both of these teams have top-flight signal callers.
The Dolphins' Andrew Franks ready to rock and roll, and off we go from Hard Rock Stadium. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Tampa Bay's offense coming onto the field and being piloted by Jameis Winston. There's Jameis, and last year in 2017, highest QB rating of his 3-year career, highest passing yards per game. But the Bucs, they were 3-10 in his 13 starts.
Yeah, just didn't translate. Had to battle through some injuries as well. Still a major issue for him. Inopportune turnovers. His ability to take care of the football is what's going to fuel their rebirth and their rise if they're able to make a bounce back in 2018.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Fresh set of downs here. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Encroachment, defense.
So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
Now a play fake here on first down. It's caught by Mike Evans. 23 yards on the play. And that's the first connection, the #1 overall pick in 2015, finding the #7 pick in 2014 in Evans.
And what a great target Mike Evans is for Jameis Winston. Winston's a pretty accurate thrower, but that catch radius that Evans provides, that makes him that much more dangerous.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. Now they run with Sims. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15. Third down now following the run. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Complete, he finds Braid. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Now Sims. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Charles Sims, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Bucs have taken a first-quarter lead. That's just a solid, methodical drive to start this game.
And how about how it culminated? Doing exactly what they wanted to do, getting the ball downfield, and then running it into the end zone. I'm just telling you, partner, when you run it in rather than throw it in, that hurts a defense psychologically a heck of a lot more.
Roberto Aguayo now for the point after. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. The kicker, Roberto Aguayo, has it teed up and is about ready to get this one started. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out now come the Miami Dolphins. They get set to go on offense. You discussed their quarterback position, Charles, into the offseason. Last year, obviously, it was Jay Cutler. Many thought that's just a one-year placeholder. And Adam Gase says he envisions Ryan Tannehill being the guy next year.
I would agree with him totally, and I'd be surprised if anything else actually happened in Miami. If Ryan Tannehill is healthy, he will be the starting quarterback in 2018. They were so excited about his progress and so fired up about what possibilities existed for him in 2017 before the knee injury. Jay Cutler, you nailed it. A one-year placeholder. They did play David Fales a lot in the last game of the regular season to see what he had. But I think there will be competition for the backup job in Miami next year, but definitely not the starter.
Well, the offense lining up 1st and 10. Now it's Tannehill. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down. 10 yards still left on 2nd down. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
Tannehill with a hook up to Thomas for a Dolphin 1st down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he was able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Now a 1st down throw, Tannehill. Drops it off to Ajayi. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll be second down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive is going pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Tannehill finding Stills, and it's a Dolphin first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back now with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. Dancing to his left. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Illegal forward pass. Offense.
So they say no to the penalty. The incompletion stands. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And what they want to do is go ahead and take those downs away from them. You never want to give extra snaps to any offense. That's how you get hurt.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Here's Tannehill. That's caught. It's Thomas. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
On first down, Tannehill. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That one good for 12 yards. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
But it looks like they caught him off guard on 2nd and very long by running the football. All right, we always talk about tendency breakers and counters and doing things opposite the grain, and that worked very well for them. Picked up really nice yardage, but they still have a lot of work to do on 3rd down.
Now Tannehill on 3rd and goal. Escaping the pressure right. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now it's Andrew Franks on for Miami. And Frank's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a 15-play drive. Can't believe that only resulted in 3, but it did.
That is somewhat amazing, isn't it? When you hold the ball that long, run offense that well, yet only put 3 points on the board, it has to be a little bit of a disappointment, doesn't it?
Has to. So the football switching hands here in just a second. And, you know, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost the Super Bowl, but 3rd MVP this past season, and what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal. Ended up beating out Todd Gurley, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams. But he would have traded it for a Super Bowl win, don't you think? How about this? The last 9 NFL MVPs to play in the Super Bowl that same season, 0-9.
Yeah.
He had all the way back to Kurt Warner in, what, 1999 where he won the double?
We were going over that stat earlier. That is hard to believe.
But he would have been the MVP had the Patriots pulled that one out.
Yeah, he still has 5 rings, though. 5 Super Bowl titles for Brady. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On 3rd down, it's Sims. And Sims lost it. He lost the football. And the Dolphins have got it. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Miami's offense getting ready to come back out onto the field. Take a step back, Charles. You look at the Dolphins in 2017. Look, they were 10-6 in 2016. Many people thought, wow, here we go. 2017 high hopes. They limped to a 6-10 finish, however.
Yeah, and you use the word limped, and it started with the injury to Ryan Tannehill. His knee in preseason, in camp, and then they decided to bring in Jay Cutler. That didn't work the way they expected to work at the quarterback position. Jay Ajayi was a Pro Bowl, well over 1,000-yard runner the year before. The chemistry wasn't right. He gets traded to Philadelphia midseason. And Jarvis Landry, over 100 catches this year, but yards per catch, well below 10 yards. So when you add it all together, not what they expected on the offensive side of the ball.
They run again with Ajayi. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Call that a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Now, before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So on 4th down, here's Matt Darr to kick it away. Adam Humphries deep for Tampa Bay. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Set to take over is Tampa Bay's offense. This is a Tampa Bay team, Charles, that in 2017, really, a lot of people's darlings coming into the year, and then they wound up being the only team in the NFC South not to make the playoffs. Yeah,
and part of it, only 27th in the league in rushing. And they thought they had a #1 running back in Doug Martin, who did not have a big year again in 2017. And last in the league in overall defense. So when you put that combo together, makes it hard to win the games you need to win, especially in a tough division like the NFC South.
2 minutes remain here in the 1st half. We'll come back to Miami after this. Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. It's brought in by Adam Humphries. And he'll be out of bounds up near midfield at the 49. 23 yards on the play. On 1st and 10, Winston. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. A dump off to Sims. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now Winston. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they're going to have a 3rd down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
Partner, we saw these Dolphins jump off sides a bunch last year, but that's not unusual for those guys like Sue who want to get that quick start into the offensive backfield, and they do make a lot of plays doing that.
A first down throw for Winston. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number one. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Jameis to throw it. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Working out of the gun, Winston. And break, the tight end's got it. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Winston now. Floating one, incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
Here's Winston. And that is caught by Jackson for a Buccaneer touchdown. Deshaun Jackson from a yard out. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
And it's going to make our score 15-3. The kicker, Roberto Aguayo, has it teed up and is about ready to get this one started. Jakeem Grant now to return. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. CD, I want to get your thoughts on some potential free agents this offseason before we change the possession here. Now, caution, many of these guys could be resigned, I know, but who are some of them? Kirk Cousins is one.
Yeah, we're talking about difference makers. Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position. He's going to be coveted around the league by quarterback-needy teams. Case Keenum had a big year. Could he move? But how about running backs? Le'Veon Bell, Dion Lewis, some pass catchers, Jimmy Graham, Jarvis Landry, Sammy Watkins. And about the guy who goes and gets quarterbacks, DeMarcus Lawrence had a monster year for Dallas last season.
Yeah, a lot of big names that could be out there as free agents. Now Tannehill eluding the pressure right. It's caught, Stills, right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Tannehill on first down. And the catch made by Leonte Carroo. And he's brought down. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Throwing again is Tannehill. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. He was trying to get it to Jay Ajayi there out of the backfield. And it's 2nd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Dolphins are down right now, but they have to feel like they're still in it. The Buccaneers have been the better team, though, and will try to maintain the lead in the second half. All right, let's do this. Here's the first half highlights. Midway through the first, Sims is going to look for space, and he'll end up sprinting into the end zone as they take a 7-0 lead. Third down from inside the 40. Steals is found coming across the middle, and he ends up at the 24-yard line before he's stopped on the play. However, they only come away with a field goal on the drive. Down to late in the second. Here we get a quick pass and completion, and he capped off the long drive with the TD. Buccaneers go up by 11, staying late in the half. Tannehill's going to get outside and complete the pass, and he ends up at the 49-yard line before he stopped on the play. Dolphins would not capitalize, though, missing the field goal.
All right, Larry, these two teams back out there as we get set and ready for this second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. So the offense has it 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And Stills over the middle. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Tannehill to Landry. Good for a Dolphin first down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Now Tannehill. And an alley to run. And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time.
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet there are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
They'll run it again with Sims. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
He hits Rodgers in the flat, and he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
Well, he appears well on his way to another big game. You remember 2016, partner. He became just the 4th player in NFL history to have 3 200-yard rushing games in a season.
2 of them were back-to-back. Steelers in Week 6, Bills in Week 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
They'll try the air now with Tannehill. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
To throw is Tannehill. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Robert Ayers in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you can tend to play the field position game.
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game.
Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former Eagle, Nate Allen. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Partner, when you're playing cover 2, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now a first down throw, Tannehill. Flushed out right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the fourth. Now Jameis on second down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he goes out right around the 39. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a third down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
On third down, Winston. He's got Evans. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 20.
First down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
That's so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough. Now
they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from her. Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Encroachment, defense.
A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra that extra emphasis on it got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
Jameis now on first down. And Brake has it over the middle. And he's brought down after a good gain. 23 yards on the play.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Here's Sims on the run. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Charles Sims, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. And his kick is good. The kicker, Roberto Aguayo, has it teed up and is about ready to get this one started. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So now here come the Dolphins. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play there for Miami. 56 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
So they're operating in the red zone. From the red zone now, Tannehill. He gets it to Thomas. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. On second down, here's Tannehill. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Tannehill now, they give to Ajayi. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
That was a terrific job by the defense stopping them on 3rd and short. But sometimes you get some visual cues from the offense because when they're going in short yard situations, you might see the offensive line come in tighter together, a little more shoulder to shoulder, trying to wedge a hole in the middle. They didn't get it done on that play. This is a question of who wants it more. Easy to get stuck behind all the big bodies, but you've got to find a space and fight forward for the first down.
This is Ajayi, and he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Jay Ajayi, a 5-yard touchdown run, and the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Here's Tannehill now on 2nd down. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Levante David in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Now it's Tannehill. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Brent Grimes.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They come into enemy territory, and I don't care what the matchup is in the National Football League. You're up like this late in the game on the road. This feels pretty good.
Oh, it feels fantastic. Anytime you get a road victory in the NFL, that's a big-time accomplishment, and to do it this convincingly, that just tears up the script that every home team has, which is nobody comes into our house and pushes us around. They took care of business today.
Yeah, they pushed around, and now the final stages of this one. Again, they run with Sims. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The first carry here for Jaquiz Rodgers. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's Brian Anger now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his 1st. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 23. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Out of the gun, Tannehill. Escaping the pressure. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. William Golston in there to get him for a loss of 5.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Chris Baker in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, 91 yards. And the Dolphins are able to draw a bit closer.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Now Andrew Frank's on for the point after. It's up and good, and the lead is down now at 11. It's 21-10. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. Here's Franks now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. And with that, we sign off from Miami.